actually I've not taken my journey as a role. I've taken it as an experience and learning new technologies and moving with the upgraded technologies whenever it comes.
Talk to us a little bit about how you are adopting AI.
Doing something which may not help you immediately may help you
Right.
after 2 years.
Instead of feeling threatened, we should be learning. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of CIO Chronicles. I'm with the absolutely fun and charming Bimal Puri. He's the CIO at SRF. But before we get into introductions, you're wondering why this? We had decided we'll do bhajis with Bimal, but then we decided we can't eat and talk at the same time. So, Bimal, you can place this here. And if you see this beautiful green backdrop, we are actually on the sidelines of Tech Saga 2026 happening in Pune. And we decided to have this little on the spur conversation. So, thank you, Bimal, for sharing your time with us.
Thank you,
Yeah?
Anjali, for having a time with me.
Of course, anytime. So, basically, you are a CIO now, have been for the last few years. Talk to us about your journey and your growth in the tech industry, in the tech department of several companies now.
Okay, so Anjali, by and large, if you see, I've been fortunate that I've been started my career as head only from day one of my career.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Tell us the secret of doing that so people can learn from you.
so I've been leading the function right from my first job,
Wow.
and I primarily worked with multinational in the first half of say out of 35 years of my career, where I spent a time with a Fortune 500 company to begin with the ADM International, and that time, like I've seen for the first time a non-civilian port getting converted into a civilian port where we use handling of cargoes. And Topher International used to be the buyer of world's largest buyer of soya, and they were buying from India 1/4. So I mean, it's a part of ADM International. So I had a lovely opportunity at that time. I'm talking about way back in 1993, 94, where people were struggling to get internet, but we used to connect all over India through internet.
Oh, wow.
And I mean that time I was unmarried, so I had a very lovely time learning the leadership skills,
Right.
spending nights even at the deck of the ship by learning how a captain navigate a ship.
Yeah.
So we used to spend a lot of time together and learn how the technology is being used within those large ships. So that's where it become very interesting for us to learn much more advanced technology.
That has been the foundation,
Foundation,
of your
foundation.
learning. Yeah.
And like I started my career at that time, and then fortunately after 2 years I got an offer in Denso. So there I spent 11 years. It's a world Fortune 500 company, and it's the leader in the world on the auto component automobile. So like it's a part of Toyota Group, and when people never used to know about ERP, so we were implementing it. We were working on all AS100 global systems and used to travel across the countries, and had a very, very different experience and exposure on the technologies. So there actually we started learning the high-end technologies when we went into mainframes and other technology. Well, a lovely journey, lovely journey. So like Toyota production system, we used to implement in Toyota production system. First is implemented in Denso, then get into Toyota. And all the your Indian OEM POCs, and not POC per se, the first time implementation of supply chain system got implemented. Fortunately, I was part of the team of that supply chain integration systems. So that's another advantage I had going forward in my career.
Everybody wants to have a look at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
backdrop. Yeah.
So that's also given me a immense learning, not only in the tech side, but also on the processes side. So where I had an opportunity to learn a process, how a process works, how a process is innovated.
Yeah.
And I mean, with these world-class companies, then I've been fortunate to work with SRF now for more than 19 years now.
19 years.
19 years, and a fabulous organization to work with. And I mean, we work very professionally. I've never felt that. I mean, it's an Indian multinational company.
Yes.
And though people say, what do you do as an organization? But when I tell, then everybody knows.
Yes. So they may not know the
So say
company name,
all,
but
all your
Uh.
refrigerant gases we
Hmm.
manufacture,
yeah.
and then all your tire cords, like we have all the fabrics which get into tires, nylon and all, is being manufactured by us. All your awnings is being manufactured by us. All your fabric where you print all this media material, it's being produced by us.
I need to talk to him about my awning, but we'll talk about that.
Yes, yes, yes.
But Bimal, how has your role changed in 19
I think
years?
it's about actually I've not taken my journey as a role.
Mm.
I've taken it as an experience
Mm.
and learning new technologies and moving with the upgraded technologies whenever it comes into our pool. So we gradually did, like we did digital twins, we did a lot of things around machine data integration, and that is not been done now, and we have done it 15 years back. And as I told you, the ERPs we did it in 90s.
Yes.
So when people were talking about just having a computer, so had a lovely experience working on these technologies. So I always feel that my team, when we work across all my experiences, I always have a team to support me in all the initiatives what we do in the organization, irrespective of which organization. But yes, the key is not the role. Role is very clear that you have to innovate.
Yeah.
Innovate and innovate, and you have to come out with a technology which will help in organizations to grow.
So speaking of innovation and speaking of high tech, talk to us a little bit about how you are adopting AI in the organization.
So AI, I'll tell you, AI, we write classical models like for our solving a particular problem. Like I want to predict a moisture in the product. I want to predict, say something around how my product quality will come out. So those models we do. And recently we have also started working on generative AI use cases like on Copilot.
Right.
Here you have a dashboard with all the information, and then you didn't have to ask somebody. It go into a self-service mode.
Right.
So that's another journey we are taking, and we are also trying to evaluate and see where we can use agentic AI.
Yes.
On the top of it. That's a step we are doing. But
so you're innovating, and when you innovate, you also take risks. So how do you balance the two, risk taking and innovation?
So look, you have to take it. I don't call it as a risk,
Yeah.
because doing something which helps you may not help you immediately, may help you after 2 years.
Right.
But it's not a risk, actually. It's an investment.
Right.
I always tell, don't take that as a risk. It's
Very
an
well said.
investment you
Yeah.
do. And I'll tell you one thing, the way it's not about only productivity and efficiency. You have to do a good amount of work. I always tell my teams is that you need to see that succession planning is a very key thing. You imagine our kids when they go to today to work in an organization, they don't want to work on those rudimentary old systems. They are all app-based generation. Can you believe a shop floor which doesn't have all the digital ecosystem to work? Can
When they're using such incredible apps at home to order their food and to order, bring home somebody to clean their house, then why don't they expect? Why won't they expect the same at the workplace, right?
So that's one side of the story, which I think everybody must imbibe, that you are not making your organization for today, you are making your organization for the future.
Yeah.
Because productivity, costs, they are further. Like, for example, we do a lot of automations. So I really see people talk a lot about, seen many CEOs talking about automation, about China automation, everything is automated, all the processes are automated. So I always tell them why we can't do it in India. So people always have an idea actually it will take away the jobs. It's not like that. Because, for example, if you're producing, say, X ton of material with a capacity and with the same space, if you double your capacity by doing automation, so you will not be able to imagine that you're not only serving to your own country, you're serving outside. That's what is a China philosophy. That's where they do scale.
Yeah.
So they don't have a fear. So I think that fear we have to come.
Yeah.
So don't take it as a risk, take it as an investment.
And perhaps instead of feeling threatened, we should be learning.
We have to. I mean, if you want to be at a global level, so I mean, you have to learn something. Like if you ask me, today China is, I think in a tech side, might be advanced than US.
Yeah.
A lot of manufacturing technologies, people go back to China.
Yeah, that's true.
Even US doesn't have those sustainability solutions what China is having.
US talks a lot about it, China doesn't, and therefore
Yeah.
it's more visible.
So I think India also have a capability,
Yeah.
and our brains are very good.
Mhm.
And I personally feel is that we have to give a right kind of environment for our future generation so that they can take the country to the next level.
So, speaking of future generation, talk to us a little bit about how you're grooming the next level of talent that is coming into the technology space, that is doing technology or adopting technology for companies that are either in manufacturing or banking, and which are not tech first. Though I believe every company is becoming tech first now.
Yeah.
But how are you grooming that?
I'll
new
tell you,
people?
first of all, you have to give them a theme or a
Mm.
project around new technologies. So they have to own that. They have to implement that. They have
Get
to
their hands
learn it.
dirty.
Yeah. So what will happen in this entire process? You have a theoretical ecosystem which will tell you about the basic concept. Then you will have a practical aspect of doing it on the ground by doing it. And then that theoretical and practical actually makes you knowledgeable.
Correct.
Till you know and you're not able to do, you're not knowledgeable. Once you know and you're able to do
Once
it,
you do it, you learn better.
so you become
yeah.
knowledgeable.
Yeah, yeah,
So otherwise, it's only at a no level.
yeah.
That's the spirit. And I think if you ask me, young generation is far more smarter,
Yeah.
far more quicker because
Yes.
they have.
Are you hearing that, young generation?
Yes, and they have ChatGPT, they have Meta, they don't need us to know their answers.
Yeah.
So they have a technology who can answer them much better than bringing the answers from the universe, not from an individual's knowledge only.
Right.
So they are much more equipped
Right.
to take a country or a technology or an organization to the next level.
That's incredible. Thank you so much. Any parting words of?
No, thank you so much, Angie. You've been always inspiration in terms of saying that yes, we have to do something. So you always motivate.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Y'all give me the opportunity, and so I'm able to do it.
So thank you so much. I think let's have a tea and our
Yes, and budgies. Budgies have gone cold, but we shall get some new ones. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to CIO Chronicles. See you in the next one.